The novel The Member of the Wedding by Carson McCullers was published in 1946. Frankie Adams is an awkward 12-year-old tomboy who is out of school for the summer. She lives with her widower father and an African American housekeeper named Berenice. Her father, who is seldom home, runs a successful jewelry store in the small mill town where they live. Berenice, as a result, is closer to a parental figure for Frankie than is her father. Frankie's 6-year-old cousin, John Henry, often spends the days and nights with Frankie. Frankie feels like a misfit because she is so tall, has cropped hair, and is no longer included in the group of slightly older neighborhood girls. At the same time, she is at a point in her adolescence where she begins struggling with her identity and self esteem. Frankie reads about the events of World War II and imagines the adventures of soldiers all over the world. She wants to be part of it because she desperately wants to be part of something she can easily define. Her brother Jarvis is stationed in Alaska in the army. When he returns home briefly to announce his upcoming wedding, Frankie is elated. Through a combination of wishful thinking and youthful naivete, she becomes convinced that she will go with her brother and his bride on their honeymoon, then live with them wherever they go afterward. Believing that she has solved the problem of not belonging anywhere, she begins planning for her new life. The day before the wedding, Frankie puts on her pink dress, stockings, lipstick, and perfume and goes into town. Instead of Frankie, she starts calling herself F. Jasmine. She feels the need to see all the familiar sights for the last time, and along the way, she tells everyone who will listen about her plans to leave the town and live with her brother. When she meets a red haired soldier, he invites her to the Blue Moon, a local bar and hotel. He does not seem to realize how young she is, and he buys her a beer. As she is leaving, he asks her for a date that night, and she hesitantly agrees. Before returning home, she stops to buy a dress to wear to the wedding after visiting her father in his jewelry store. Frankie learns that her uncle Charles has died, but is relieved that this will not change her family's plans to attend the wedding the next day. Later, she and Berenice and John Henry sit at the table eating dinner and playing cards, and they begin talking about Berenice's life, love, and the pains of growing older. Frankie decides to visit Bernice's mother, Big Mama, who is a fortune teller, and then goes to meet the soldier. When he sees her, he suggests that they go up to his room. Frankie is uneasy but agrees. When the soldier makes advances toward her, she hits him over the head with a glass pitcher and escapes. When she arrives home, she says nothing of the incident and is sent to bed. The family must rise early the next morning to catch a bus to the wedding. The day of the wedding goes by in a blur for Frankie. She never has a chance to talk to her brother or to his bride about her desire to go with them. And when she gets in the honeymoon car after the wedding, her father pulls her out. Frankie screams after the car, "Take me, take me." When she gets home, Frankie makes a half hearted attempt to run away, but her father finds her. A year later, Frankie, who is now called Frances, is helping her family prepare to move to another house. Berenice will not be going with them as she has decided to marry her suitor, T.T., and John Henry has died of meningitis. Frankie is now more mature and is able to handle unexpected changes. She has a new friend named Mary, a girl her own age with similar interests.